Frost. I'm the pitching coach and mental toughness instructor at the Urban Youth Academy in Compton.
Tell me, Coach. Sure. I want to get a little closer.
Right.
I think closer is better.
I know, you don't want to get too close to this mug. I ain't got no makeup on.
Okay.
You're never that close when you do it out there.
I know.
Hi, I'm Dave Frost, the pitching and mental toughness instructor at the Urban Youth Academy. Here at the Academy, we believe that your physical ability is one thing, but secondary to that, we also believe that your mental and emotional outlook to being an athlete is equally important. So today we're going to talk about a topic that has to do with emotion, and that's fear and anxiety, and how it affects you as a baseball player and as a person in general. So try to picture yourself on top of a mountain and it's snowing, and you're up there on the mountain with a little thing in front of you. It's a little snowball about the size of a bowling ball, but for some reason you don't like the snowball. It's making you feel nervous and anxious. So rather than deal with that snowball, you decide to take off and run away from it. So you start running down the mountain, and you look back, and what do you see? You see that snowball coming down the mountain right after you. And as you keep running, what happens to that snowball? It just gets bigger and bigger. And eventually that thing gets so big, it'll squash you like a bug. Now that's the way it is with fear and anxiety. You got to learn early in life that fear and anxiety is out there for you. And you take those little snowballs and you run from them, you run from fear and anxiety, and it's going to eat you up. But if you learn how to deal with it and handle it and accept it as a part of life, you're going to have a much better chance of not having it become a problem. Because believe me, as you get older, there's a lot more of those little snowballs, and they get a lot bigger real fast because life gets tough. And if you haven't learned how to handle that stuff early, people who get older, they do all kinds of things to avoid anxiety. They cheat, they end up doing alcohol and drugs, anything to relieve the anxiety that they haven't learned how to deal with. So you don't want that to happen to you. You want to learn to deal with it early. Okay?
What are some of the ways that you can deal with the fear and anxiety?
Well, the most important thing is to realize that it's not going to go away. Okay, so you have to accept that it's going to be there. And once you learn that it's not going away and you start dealing with it, you'll find out that a lot of times the things you're afraid of and you're anxious about are not nearly as bad as you thought in the first place. We have a tendency to build things up in our mind and make them way worse than they are. How many times have you heard somebody say, you know, I was scared of this or I was scared of that, and then finally I did it, and oh, it wasn't that big a deal. You know, it's like being scared of a roller coaster or afraid of a certain guy who might be a bully. You know, you turn on them and do what you're supposed to do, and it's over, not a problem anymore. But if you're always running, the problem never goes away.
One take?
Okay.